everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is India and today we are going to be doing a book review on Let's Talk About Love by Kann. So I recently finished this one for Blackathon and I enjoyed it. I read it in a day, so it's a really quick read if you have the time. It's super quick. But basically, Let's Talk About Love is about a girl named Alice who is just finishing up her sophomore year of high school, and she is kind of figuring out where she wants to be in life, what she wants to do. Does she want to stay in school? Oh, I don't think that was a question. She plans on staying in school, but what she wants to do with her future in regards to what her parents want and what she wants. But she's also trying to figure out whom she is sexually as well as romantically, because this book starts off with her girlfriend Margot breaking up with her because Alice cannot reciprocate the same feelings that Margot has in the way that Margot wants. Alice really likes Margot. She likes her a lot, but she considers herself to be biromantic. So Alice is bisexual as well as asexual. And so this book kind of discusses what that means to Alice and what that means to how she behaves in relationships and whom she feels comfortable with. The only people whom she's really told that she's asexual are her two best friends, Feeny and Adam, and they've been best friends since basically elementary school and middle school. So they have known her through all of their changes and feelings, and now she also has to deal with the fact that Feeny and Adam are going to get married, and she's starting to feel more and more like a third wheel, even though they do all consider themselves to be family. For her summer job, Alice is working at the library, and which for all of us book nerds, you know we love that. And even though I don't know if I can work at the library, it seems just like a lot of quietness, and I can't handle all of that quietness. But anyway, she is working at the library, and in walks apparently the most beautiful man in the world, Takumi. And Takumi, she finds out, is also working at the library, and she starts to get all these feelings that she has no idea what to do about. Like she's feeling butterfly, she's feeling weak, she's feeling sexually attracted to him, or I should say aroused by him. And all these feelings are just something that is really new for her. And so she freaks out. She literally freaks out, and she goes on emotional shutdown mode, and she's like a mess and saying too much and too little all at the same time. Meanwhile, Takumi takes all of this in stride and finds out that he might possibly like this girl. And so the rest of this book follows Alice, Takumi, Feeny and Adam's, basically the relationship. Well, it follows Alice and how she deals with all of these feelings and her relationships with others, especially her being asexual and what that means to her. It is a word she has come to terms with for herself, but has not come to terms with other people using it towards her, kind of thing. And so that's kind of what the rest of the book follows. For my thoughts of the book, it's a contemporary, so I can't give you too much or else I'll spoil it. But it is a contemporary, and I enjoyed this book. I enjoyed it. It's a realm I don't know much about, and so I'm not the do-all say-all on asexuality or even bisexuality. But I feel like this book is a book that a lot of young girls, black, white, Latinx, any race could really use, just because asexuality is definitely one of the bigger and lesser known categories of the LGBTQIA, or the categories, the realm, the spectrum of sexuality and romance. And so I definitely think this is one that others can use in their lives as someone to look up to, or someone to learn how to express their feelings. Because during this time, Alice, this might be a little bit sore, but not really, Alice does actually seek help. She does go see a therapist, which I think is huge, and I think it's something that she needed in order to get a third-party opinion on someone who doesn't really know too much about her, but also to seek professional help. And I think some people are afraid to do that. I think a lot of us are afraid to do it for any known reasons. And I think that that is very grown up about her. I enjoyed Alice's character, just because like I said before, I believe a lot of not necessarily nerdy girls, but you're not typical, you're non-typical cool girl, just like your average run-of-the-mill. She's not really a nerd. She's not really athletic. She's not an athlete. She's not, she doesn't fit into one specific category. And I think that is awesome, because I think there are so many of us who don't fit into a specific category. And then on top of that, she's got pressures from her family, and even her whole family doesn't know her whole story. Alice believes that her siblings do have a thought on whom she may be, on the fact that she might like girls and things like that on top of liking boys, but they don't know the extent of also her being asexual. And so I think that is just something that she also has to deal with and comes to terms with, and that unfortunately, that is not addressed in this book on how she talks to her parents, which I think I would have loved seeing more of her addressing how to talk to her family about it, just because I feel like that is one of the biggest issues, is how to talk to your loved ones. Her best friends were basically there when she found out, or when she discovered and felt it in her heart of hearts that is who she is and what she is. So they were there when she found out. That's how they know, and that's how they deal with it. But yeah, like her best friend, everybody deserves a best friend like Feeny. She true ride or die. Might be a little crazy. Everybody deserves a best friend like Feeny, and everybody deserves another best friend like Adam, who is the opposite end of the spectrum. You're calm, level-headed, gives you the things that you might not necessarily want to hear, but you're going to hear it anyway because you need it. I loved watching Alice and Takumi's relationship, because I felt like the entire time it was a healthy relationship, in my opinion. Sometimes in contemporary they love to bring out the unhealthy bit and then try and twist it at the end. Like someone has a big realization to try and twist it at the end, to make it seem like it's healthy, when it didn't start off as such. I felt like this started off as such and continued to be such, and it opened up a lot of good discussion. I love that it brings up the difference between sexuality and romance, because I do think a lot of people confuse sex with romance, and it's not the same. And from what I gather, because like I said, I'm not the say-all be-all of asexuality, and if you are asexual or if you know more information on asexuality, please leave a comment below and let me have more information. Like, I would love it. But from what I understand about asexuality is that, in the way, let me do it in the way that Alice is. Alice doesn't care for sex. She doesn't care for it. Like, it's just, like, I don't care for mint chip ice cream. Like, that's basically how she feels about it. Like, yeah, I could eat mint chip ice cream. No, okay, I couldn't eat mint chip ice cream. I hate it. But I could eat mint chip ice cream, but I don't care for it. I just don't care for it, But I'd much rather have the romance aspect. I'd much rather have the brownie sundae with the brownie, the ice cream, the hot fudge, and sometimes whipped cream, but most likely not whipped cream, because that is just filler. I want the hot fudge. But she wants the romance aspect. She wants the flowers. She wants the date. She does want all of that. So it's not that she doesn't have a heart or has feelings, because a lot of people attach sex with feelings. It's that she just wants something different. And I think that is awesome. That is completely awesome. Some people love sex and some people don't, and that is okay. And I think through her relationship with Takumi, I think she finds what she needs and someone to talk to, and I think that is flippin' awesome. So like I said, I do believe this book was good. I still think I only gave it 4 stars. It's not like a knock out of the park, because like I said, I felt like her not talking to her parents was a big letdown in this book. Because talking to your friends is easier than talking to people who are always in your life. And so I just wish that got brought into the mix, and it didn't. So it just kind of left a little bit behind for me. But like I said, I still think that it was very good and that it should be read. And it came out last year, and I think it needs a little bit more love. I know this one is short. It's pretty short, which is fantastic for me, for editing purposes. But I hope you guys do pick up this book and let me know what you thought, if you've read it, if you've heard anything about it. Like I said, I don't know much about asexuality, so if you want to tell me about it, please do below. I would love to hear about it. Don't forget to follow me on all the social media. And follow me, especially on Instagram, where I think I talked about it a little bit, and, on Twitter. And follow me on my blog, where I'll have a more written review on it as well. And that's it for me, guys. So, until next time, keep turning the pages.